Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective tarot for today, Friday, June 28th, 2024. We're going to use Intuitive City, as always. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the talk, or the tube, or not. Totally up to you. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, please do not make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. I'm happy for you. If some of it does not, you can leave it on the table for someone else. And again, please do not take on energy that you do not need to be taken on. I hope everybody is excited for the weekend. Two cards, two major arcana. They're having a sale on appliances for the 4th of July. And I'm thinking I'm going to go into the store tomorrow and see how much my kitchen suite would be. Because Mama needs a new fridge. Which would be awesome, honestly. If I got my new kitchen suite, that means next year all I have to work on is the 2 vanity tables in the bathrooms and the 2 light fixtures in the bathrooms. And other than having my place painted, which I probably couldn't afford for a while because I would only ever hire my friend Silvana's husband, Mike, because he is the best painter in the world, then I'd be done remodeling my place. Okay, so we got 8 cards on the table. That was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. It was almost like somebody pulled it from my hands. Holy shit. 9 cards on the table. Sorry, 9 cards on the table, 3 major arcana, 2 kings. All right, we're going to do one more shuffle. Yeah, I would love to be able to get my new kitchen suite. That would be awesome. The thing is I want a specific fridge, so I'm wondering if I pick out a suite, can I switch out the fridge and get the fridge that I want? Because it's supposed to be like smaller, like, well, not smaller, but like counter width, I guess, so that it looks more like in a smaller space, condo apartment, which is what I have. So, okay, not 12. 12 cards, 4 major arcana. Ten of Cups is the second. 8 of Wands and 10 of Cups are at the top of the deck. And the second from the bottom of the deck is the Empress. This is a good read, people. This is a good read. Okay, enough about appliances. We got the Hangman. I love that card. It's so like bright and cheery to me. We got the Hermit. One of my favorites. I'm biased like that. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles. the Eight of Pentacles. Y'all, the Four of Swords, the World, Ten of Wands, King of Wands, it's the two kings, Temperance, Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Whew. The World card did come out sideways. Whenever the cards come out sideways, I read them as straight, right side up. The funny thing is honestly, if it was in reverse, like, I really don't see much of a difference for this read. Right side up, achievement of some sort. Reverse is unfinished. And I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like whenever you pull the World card, even if it's in reverse, it still means you are on the right path. You're just not there yet. Whoever you are, feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. Take how it resonates. When I look at these cards, trying to piece together this situation, the first thing that came to my mind is you are someone that a lot of people thought you would never become. Join the club. Absolutely motherfucking join the club. Because really, the only card out of here, again, that two cards that would be a little is, again, the World coming out sideways. But again, to me, it's like it doesn't even matter. Sorry, my grandparents died 2-3 years ago, and I still get weather alerts for their hometown. And I always will. So just that, and then this Ten of Wands with the overcommitment. But I think, and I've said this in other reads many times, with the overcommitment, I think this is just God, your guides, angels, ancestors, whatever you believe in, or even you telling your inner self, right? Or your inner self telling you, or your higher self telling you, to just don't commit yourself. Don't work yourself to the bone, because you don't need to do that. Everything comes in divine timing, and this I mean, look at this timeline. I love these reads, you guys. I love when these reads come through. I think they're amazing. With the Hangman, you're coming into some type of new dynamic, new situation for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a relationship or anything. I know we got King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. But that doesn't necessarily mean like like, oh, you're a feminine and you're coming into a relationship with one of these kings. It doesn't, I'm not reading it like that. Like, this reading is about you. Whoever you are, this is all about you. You might be starting something new on your journeys, on your path, that you laid the groundwork for, and like you've been working steadily up to it, and now you're like getting ready to start, and just a new part of your journey, possibly something you've never done before. If you went to school, or you're going to go to school, or if you're changing careers, something like that. And again, it could be a relationship. I'm not getting that specifically, but it could be. That's for you to decide, not for me. With the Hermit card, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been moving towards. Sorry, let me open my window a little bit. Or a lot. I was going to open it before and I forgot. And I'm not wearing anything because it's hot in here. Well, it's not hot, but it's warm. Anyway. The Hermit. So, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been moving towards, it's definitely something that you had to go within, self-reflect. Am I going to do this? What am I doing? How am I going to get there? When am I going to get there? Maybe even digging in deep. There's like a cat out there or something. Sorry. It's raining and like there's like little sounds out there. Digging in deep to maybe even like emotionally get yourself ready. You know, I think people forget, like, just an example. You know, if you were to take acting classes and then you start auditioning, and let's say you get a big break and you end up on like a TV show or you do a movie and you become famous. I think some people only ever think of the quote unquote good side of that. Like, oh, you're going to be rich and famous and people are going to love you and adore you and you're going to have everything you could ever want. Yeah, but what is the emotional toll on that human being when that happens? What is the physical toll? What is the mental toll? So it's almost like you going within, like, me doing this on my journey, is this even worth it for me? Where is this going to take me? Is it going to take me anywhere? Is it something that I love? Is it something that I want to do for the rest of my life or be with for the rest of my life? That's what I get with the Hermit. The Hermit. With the King of Pentacles. So this is why I said what I said at the beginning of the reading. You might be the person that people never thought you were or never thought you would become. With the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and even the King of Wands, the Temperance card. Like your whole persona, your whole personality, your whole outward appearance and inward appearance like with the Nine of Pentacles, somebody thought you would never be able to take care of yourself, maybe. I don't know if you ever heard that. Like even if you heard something like that more in your childhood or as a young adult, maybe you're still a young adult. Because whoever you are, you're a very stable energy. You rely on yourself. You take care of yourself. And I'm not saying that you don't. It's not that you don't accept like a helping hand, right? But you take care of yourself. You know how to take care of yourself. Just just an example, like you live alone, you pay your own mortgage, your rent, whatever, maybe you have a car payment, your phone, internet, bills. Like you sustain your own life. Like you make your own way. You're doing just fine. You're able to buy groceries. You're able to go out and hang out with friends every once in a while. But you know that like okay, like I want to buy, a $300 pair of shoes. You're going to have to figure out how to get that money. So you're going to go out and work overtime, or you're going to pick up, a shift on DoorDash, or, you know what I mean? Like, you can figure out how to move forward and keep going. You know how to solve your own problems. You don't expect other people to solve them for you, even though you would appreciate it and you wouldn't turn that away. You can take care of yourself. And that falls in with the Eight of Pentacles. With the Eight of Pentacles, the card says diligence. Like, you're determined. You're determined to make it on your own. You're determined to show maybe certain people, family, friends, ex-lovers, whatever the case may be, even strangers, you're determined to show them that yeah. God just said you're determined to show them you're not a failure. Nobody should ever, ever feel as though they are a failure. Last year, I had a family member tell me that I was a failure in regards to my divorce, and probably technically in regards to my whole life. And I didn't even sweat the comment. I only ever think about it because I don't know why this family member would think that I'm a failure, because I am far from it. And even my friend Silvana, the one I told you her husband's a painter, I said to her, I said, I don't understand why people think that I can't make it on my own. And granted, I lived at home with my parents until I was 32. But when I left, I bought my townhouse. Like, I didn't just go out and rent a shitty apartment somewhere. I bought my townhouse. 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath townhouse. For like 80 grand. I got it as a steal. It was on the last slope there of the economic downturn, and we were just starting to go back up. And I got lucky. I got a deal. I got a steal. And when I sold her my beautiful little townhouse, a little over 4 years later, I made 60 grand off that. And some people would be like, oh, well, that's like pennies, that's chump change. Yeah, but think of what I invested. Because I invested about $20,000 in cash between money that I got from an inheritance from a deceased aunt and what I had in the bank. I invested $20,000. I ended up getting back $60,000. I mean, obviously, I owed on the mortgage and everything like that, but I made out like a bandit. And when my ex-husband and I were married, we bought our house. And not to downplay his part in it, but my credit has always been impeccable. If not in the 800s, the very high 700s. Like, my credit is like spot on. Bought the house. When we got divorced, I bought this condo. I bought 3 cars in my life. 2 of them for him. I shouldn't say I bought him the cars. I mean, we made the payments, but it was my credit that got him 2 of his cars. And I gave him $3,000 that I never got back for a down payment on his car before we were even married. So to tell me that I can't take care of myself when people tell me like, oh, like you're flighty, or oh, like you don't know how to save $1, or oh, like you don't know, who the fuck do you think you're talking about? That's why when my family members said that I was a failure, I was like, you're living in la la land. And I get that same feeling with you, with whoever you are. Like no one should ever be able to call you a failure. Look at what you've accomplished here. And all this hard work. You're in a four of swords energy, a temperance, the 4 of wands. Like you're very like you have a very peaceful energy, a very loving energy, whoever you are. And for the most part, you're happy. For the most part, you're a happy person. You should be. You should be. Again, with the World card, even if it was in reverse, unfinished, it doesn't matter. Unfinished, achievement, like the unfinished is going to be the achievement. Look at the rest of these cards. Like I said, the only other card you have to worry about is the 10 of Wands, overcommitment. Don't overcommit yourself. And I don't even mean like make time for you, yes. Don't overcommit yourself emotionally or mentally. If you get into relationships, if you're single, or I guess even if you're married, if you're in a relationship where you put in more than you receive, you shouldn't be doing that. Go back to the drawing table. I'm not telling anybody to leave their spouse. I'm saying if you feel like you are putting in more than you are receiving, that is a conversation. Because trust me, the divorcee, that was a conversation we should have had before we ever even got married. And I can't put all the blame on my ex-husband. I can't put all the blame on him at all. When I looked back on our relationship, I let so many things slide because I was in love, and because I thought it was my job as a woman to hold up her man. When in reality, if your man can't hold himself up on his own, like you hold yourself up on your own, then honey, he ain't your man. Get yourself a new one. Just saying. Also, with the 10 of Wands and the overcommitment, you know your limits, right? Like, just an example personally. Like, I work my 40-hour-a-week job. I do the readings on YouTube. I make content to support my TikTok because apparently now I'm a content creator. One of my posts is up to 500,000 views on TikTok. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know. I work overtime at my job, typically anywhere from 10 to 15 extra hours a week, around there. Maybe more like 8 to 12 hours, maybe. Um, I take care of my cats. I hang out with my friends. I'm starting the business. I wrote a book. I'm trying to write the second one. I need some time to like sit down and finish that chapter 2 because it's unfinished and it's driving me insane. Yeah, I want to do a documentary for my YouTube, which I'm kind of keeping hush hush right now. But I call it the homegrown documentary. And I don't feel overcommitted. Do you know what I'm saying? Like doing all these things, like I don't feel overcommitted. Like this is what I can handle. You know what you can handle as a person, as a human, who you are. So handle that. You don't need to go crazy. You don't have to try to do a million things at once. I mean, all that I do, I don't even do that all at once. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make the time to do what I love. I make the time to also hang out with my friends, my soul tribe, my peeps. So when it says overcommitment, you know what would be an overcommitment for you. You know that. With this King of Wands, don't lose sight of what your vision is. Don't lose sight of what you're working towards. And don't let other people bring you down or distract you from what you're doing, Because you know what you're doing. You know where you're going. I was just picturing like oh, she's looking up at the sun and she's soaking up the sun and she's relaxing, right? This feminine on this card. And then I pictured someone like laying on a lawn chair, like on a beach in the Caribbean, just like that's the life. Like everybody wants that life, With the Four of Wands, I feel like you have a lot of great moments, a lot of happy moments in your life right now. Like your life is nothing to sneeze at. You're doing great. You're doing just fine. If not amazing. You should always surround yourself with like-minded people, like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with love and peace and harmony, friends, family. Because this is it, people. This is the world right there. This is a world. This is someone's world. This picture was someone's world. And look at how beautiful that is. This is what everyone should aspire for. This is something that you help create. Or you created. If you do it solo. If you do it with a spouse or significant other. If you do it with friends. You do it with family. And yeah, it takes money to get this. It takes money to get here. But that's not what it's about. This is what it's about. This is what everything's about. Because eventually money becomes nothing. Money becomes irrelevant. And yeah, and you're gonna get in the comments and be like, groceries are so freaking expensive. Yeah, I know. The whole point of life is to be and do what you love. Whether it brings you abundance financially or not, it will bring you abundance in so many other ways. and the finances will come. It's kind of sad because people talk all the time about, um, like the 1% and how if they all combined their fortunes and then split it among every person in the world, it would be like, however much money for each person or something like that. And it's like, can, can I can't even. I can't even imagine that type of quote unquote abundance. It's obscene. And it's funny because I always said, like, if I were to come into an inheritance, if I were to win the lotto, if I was to find, a box in the desert filled with $1 billion, like, my life would revolve around entrepreneurship in the most positive, loving example of humanity. And that is to just give back, to always work to give back. Like I always pictured myself like owning a farm and having a big farmhouse and having a bunch of barns and having a bunch of cats and dogs and horses and animals. And I always thought I would adopt a bunch of kids that needed a home, like giving to my favorite charities every year and doing humanitarian work, going to other countries and offering assistance. And yeah, like that would be the dream for me. Like, that's what I would want to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm no Mother Teresa. I'm not. But like, my goal would be to give back everything that I possibly could. Kind of like a female Keanu Reeves. But cuter. I'm just kidding. He's pretty hot. He's pretty cute. With the Knight of Swords, I feel like this is already there, but you have so much more coming in. So much more coming in. Your 10 of Pentacles, your 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Lovers. Maybe. I don't remember. I don't know. I like how he's flying, like he's flying. He's running, but like he's flying. It's like you're just like winging it through your life's journey here. I love it. And again, don't let other people thinking that like you don't deserve this or this wasn't supposed to be yours or you were supposed to be a nobody or you were supposed to be a failure or you were never supposed to make it, or who the fuck thinks about that? Like, who the fuck looks at a person and says, I don't want that person to make it. I don't think that person's going to make it. Who does that? What sick individual looks at somebody and says, I don't like what they got going on. I think they should have less. That's disgusting. And I'm just going to say it, that's not a human being. There's something going on in there. Because human beings, real human beings, want the best for the collective, for the world. Because when you want the best for others, the best comes back to you. And if you know, you know. I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I will be back on with an oracle if you're interested. If not, doesn't matter. Hope you all have a good evening. I'm going to do my little reads and then make me some rice for dinner. Yeah, I just said rice. Just rice. just rice. Kim likes her rice. The hermit likes the rice. Play with the kitties. Probably watch some. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna watch some frickin' tarot. I got my favorite readers. I gotta watch them like every frickin' day. Yeah. I hope everybody has a good evening. I hope this resonated. I really, really, really hope this resonated. This is one of those reads where I hope it resonated for every person out there because I love it. All right. Bye.